Okay, let's do this. I kind of went, should I do a video this morning? I mean, is there anything new to report? And it's like, yeah, man. There is big time stuff to report. It's almost like I could do an energy reading 2 or 3 times a day. And so I'll just sort of backtrack over the last few days. We know as an energy reader, as a light worker, and an ascension coach, I know that energies are continually ramping up. And many of us are feeling this, but may not understand how it's ramping up and why. So what's been happening over the past, we'll say 4 or 5 days, because of the influx, there's been massive headaches across the whole frontal lobe, third eye, and temples as well. And some of us get a headache right at the base of the skull, at the nape of the neck, up the top in there. And those are really great downloads. So that's been continuous for the last 3 or 4 days. Also, eating habits have changed big time. I have been eating a lot more lately. It's interesting because sometimes I'll eat lots during these energy rampages, and sometimes it'll be like, nope, not much appetite, and only appetite for plant-based pure food, and not very much of it. But I've been hungry. So one of the other things that's very paramount right now is the sleep patterns are being disrupted. And not just that, but we're having very vivid dreams. And they may not make sense to you, and that's okay. But know that there's messages in there for you, and they are for you and me. And I suggest to my clients that they keep a notepad or record it, like voice record it on your phone when they wake up in the morning. And just ask your higher self, is this something I need to know today? Is this something for me that I need to learn from or need to know? And jot down what you get. So yes, dreams are very, very, very vivid these days. And also a bit of overwhelm. No, let's change that. A lot of effing overwhelm. Let's face it, everybody's overwhelmed. And we're feeling overwhelmed in pretty much every single area of our life, right? Overwhelmed. We don't seem to have direction. It's another big one. No direction. So with no direction, we feel a bit lost. Okay, a whole lot lost. And how about unmotivated? That's a huge, huge one. Being unmotivated right now. Unmotivated, but wanting direction and not finding direction. And then the headaches, and then the dreams, and the lack of sleep, or being woke up at night. Let's face it, we're having a hard time functioning. This is where I can come in, and I can help support you on this one. Been there, done that, still going through it. Have a bucket, bag, toolbox full of tools, a bucket of tools, a bag of tools, a toolbox of tools, a chest of tools, a wisdom box of tools, whatever you want to call it, that I have gathered over the years, that I've helped clients gather over the years, that I now share. I share, and they become individualized, which is really cool, because not every tool works the same for every person, because you're unique. You're going through your own individual journey. So this is where I can show you how to navigate through these unprecedented times. Never before in the history of mankind have we experienced this and what we're about to experience. And I don't want to say too much on that, because it will tend to confuse people, but just know that, remember I talked about the energies are ramping up at the very beginning of this video? And what that means is the frequency is getting more intense. So your symptoms are getting more intensified. And unless you deal with them, you're going to have a hard time. You're going to have a hard time physically in the physical body, emotionally in the emotional body, spiritually, mentally, because you can't move forward. You can't go through this unless you know what you're going through and why, and how to help yourself, empower yourself, right? So know that if you've experienced some of these things I'm talking about, that it's because we're ramping up. We ain't seen nothing yet, and it's getting more and more intense. Please reach out to me for some support and help. I do a free assessment call. There's my link tree down below, which the first one on it, which will flash at you, that said free assessment call, and all my other links are in there. Please reach out and do that for yourself. Because if you're still having a lot of these experiences and overwhelm and not being grounded and stable in who you are, they're not going to get better until you do something about them. I can promise you that, because it ain't happening that way. There's also my YouTube channels down there. Please subscribe to them and share this out to people that you know are going through the same things you are, or excuse me, they may not tell you that because people think they're going stark raving mad and they don't want to talk about that. Sometimes they just want to hide behind their mask and not deal with this. And that's okay, leave them be. But those that you know are going through some struggles, please share this with them so they can start to be more empowered and have clarity in their life. Because once you've got clarity, man, this makes this journey so much more easier. So, to end this, I'm going to encourage you all to either take my 21-day course to a happier you, which includes many, many, many tools that I give my clients and able to cope through this. Hit me up for a free assessment call. Watch my YouTube videos, and when you watch them, please comment so that I know if I'm resonating with you or not. Please share this out to family, friends, and people that you know could use this support. It ain't going to get easier, people. It's not. And I don't know about you, but just listening and catching wind of what's happening out there around the world, whether it's the disasters of the planet, never mind the disasters of people, you know, things are not ever going to go back to that place where you thought they were normal and peaceful. No, no. I call it the chaotic chaos. And I did a video on that. So go down and check out my the Energy Reader YouTube and go to the chaotic chaos video, because that's exactly what's going on. So please do this for yourself and people that you know, because I stand here as an energy reader and a light worker to be able to help you. These are my special gifts that I tuned into quite a few years ago. And I'm able to help people wherever they are on this journey. And it's so important to get that help, because traditionally, medical people don't understand ascension, don't understand the Great Awakening, and the help they give you really tends not to be help unless it's severely needed in that point in time. Blessings to you today. Do yourself a favor. Get grounded, get some more tools. I love offering tools to each and every one of you. I can do that with a free assessment call. Check out my course, my YouTube. Please connect with me, even by commenting here. I can pick up on your energy and offer you something to hold on to as we move through the Great Awakening. And here we go. Have an awesome day, guys.